Hey, what's up, guys? It's KP.
Faye.
Sherissa?
Yeah, and you're watching Q&A with us again.
That's good.
Little new setup. And yeah, hope you like it. We have about 6 people watching in the chat. Just in case you don't know, Q&A is where we ask a Q and we give our A. That's all it is. But yeah, if you are watching live, we are actually streaming live on both Facebook and Twitch. Facebook on basically my personal Facebook, but also Twitch at Kuyapal Games on Twitch. If you are on, you can ask us any questions. We actually had a few because we were already online from a little bit. We'll go ahead and go through those questions again, um, even the weird ones. So we're gonna go through the weird ones too. But if you do have a question, you can ask it live. So if you are watching us live, please do ask questions. Also, let us know in your chat. We will give you a shout out. So let's go through a couple of them. Let's just go through just the regular question. How are you guys doing first? You guys doing okay?
Pretty woke up earlier
Yeah.
than normal.
Nice. How's the quarantining?
Got woken up.
No, woken up.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we woke up. So you know what? We woke up, and that's good.
Yeah,
It's a good day. It's a good day so
True
It's
far.
a good day so far.
True that it is actually.
Nice to know. Okay. That being said, let's go through some of the questions, and then we're gonna go through our main question today. So, a couple questions that we got. Shooting out some of the people that came in. We had one of our church members from church, Tita May, came on, and she did say, oh, once again, beautiful ladies. Complimenting you guys, beautiful ladies. A couple people also came on, called me handsome also. A friend of ours, Glenda Gonzalez, she also came on, said hey. She was asking us, and May was asking, how do you feel about quarantine? How do you feel about quarantine? Let's go with that one real quick. How do you guys feel so far?
I feel about it. Eh,
You're feeling eh?
for sure. Yeah, cause my sleeping schedule is so messed up. But then there's no one to blame except me. The fact that I'm already like work, that I do work night shift and I don't sleep. And I literally sleep sometimes around 6 a.m. or 5, 6 or 7,
Mm,
to be honest. And that's why I have a really messed up schedule. So, yeah. I mean, other than that, like, I'm still trying to be safe. My family also. We wear masks, have sanitizer. If you guys need masks, let me know.
oh, we just got some
Yeah,
actually. My sister ordered some for the entire family.
good,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
good.
So yeah, we got some masks. Also, the sleep schedule. I think right before me and Sherissa were also talking about it too, because you said it's like I woke up early, 10 o'clock. I'm like, when did 10 o'clock become early? Like
That's early.
I don't know, but it's only just because
Well,
like
'cause
I don't know. For me, like I remember when I used to be waking up at 6, 7 o'clock. Now I wake up at 10, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so late. But then you think about like what are you gonna do? So it's just like I guess I can wake up at 10. Like there's no like ramifications, no repercussions, no like oh my gosh I'm late to work. I'm like well, in my personal situation, I don't have to worry about that.
for me,
I
ever since I stopped working, I've been sleeping a lot later than
Hmm.
normal. I consider myself a night owl, but Faye knows I've been sleeping like 6 or 5.
Dude, legit, I slept at like
yeah.
3:30 last night, and I was like, dude, I'm staying up so late. But then I thought about like, but what do I have to wake up to? Like, but
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. Sometimes you just
Yeah.
kind of have that like I don't really care.
The normal time to be up at noon, but now today since I woke up at 10, it's like
Mhm.
quote unquote.
10 is early. Okay, so we're gonna continue on. Let's see a couple other questions before we begin our big thing. We have let me see. Someone said, "Can we ask anything?" Yes, you can pretty much ask anything. What kind of answer you'll get, I'm not sure. Um, Someone was asking, "What are you drinking?" And I'm sure that that was referring to Sherissa. So, what kind of coffee is it? You said it was coffee.
It's the Sumatra blend from
Mm.
Starbucks, and then I added like this coconut creamer with cinnamon powder.
Thank you.
Wow, barista.
Barista.
Nice. And I guess because we're on it, what are you eating slash drinking? So what are you eating, Faye?
Oh, I already finished mine.
What was it?
It was cereal with granola bar inside.
That's cool. And you're eating it from a cup. That's really cool. So
Yeah.
I'm having butter pecan ice cream. That's what I'm having. Yeah, it's so bad for my COVID diet. Anyway, um, a couple other comments. Bryson B says they are beautiful. Yes, we are. Thanks, Bryson. I'm here to watch my friends from Matthias. Also, shout outs to Matthias and 123 for subscribing to my Twitch channel. Thank you so much. He was asking about snacks. We did talk about that. Some people are asking for a date. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not really dating right now. But, maybe we can talk as friends and who knows where it'll go. Some people was asking what the stream is. We did talk about it. It is a Q&A stream. We are recording this podcast live. If you do have a question, please ask us any questions. We will answer it on stream. Couple of things. I think one of them asked you to jump up and down, and I already did. So, um, he also asked us where we're. Oh wait, we do have some new ones. Have you tried any recent snapshots of Minecraft? That's from Bregov, 4IK or Forik. I've played Minecraft. Minecraft has been doing really good. Have you guys seen any new Minecraft? They actually have a new update. Um,
I haven't played the update, but I've played Minecraft.
nice. Yeah, they have a couple new updates. I've seen it. I might play it on
I have
stream.
not played.
You haven't played it?
I
It's
haven't,
it, it it's
I
really
haven't,
cool. You have to play with friends.
I haven't played it, but my brother wants me to play it.
I get it. I get that. Yeah, and then there's two ways to play it. You can play it on PC. Most of my friends play on the PC instead of the iOS or Android versions. Couple of things. Girl on the right is beautiful. So if you're looking on the screen, that's Faye. But if you're telling me that the girl on the right is beautiful, that's Sherissa. So you're both right. So yes, the girl on the rights are beautiful. Yes. um, and then
I don't know.
they're both beautiful. They're
I
both
don't
pretty.
know.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Couple other things. Bregas is
Yours is
+1.
pretty.
I have no idea what that means. Curious is hi. Hi, what's up? Actually cute, bro. Oh, thank you. I am cute, bro. Dude, who's been talking nonstop for like 4 minutes? I have no idea. Luria says, question mark fake. I have no idea what that means. But no, we're not fake. We're real people. We're not bots. I wish this dude would stop talking. Ilya, who are these people? But anyway, I love you guys. Continue to talk in the chat. I have no problems just telling you what you guys are doing. We will be going through with the podcast, but if you do have questions, I will come back to them. The one in the middle is gorgeous. Thank you so much, Ventox19. You are awesome. Uh, thank you so. Hey, you know what I've been doing? I'm on this COVID diet. Love you too, my boy. Man, people be. I fell in love with the cute girl in the middle. Thank you so much. Hey, you know what? Like I've been doing something new with my hair. Oh, let's go on the right.
Hey,
Are you paying these two women to be here? Dude. Look, if you're nice to people, they become your friends. I'm just gonna say it that way. Yeah, when you're nice to people. Hey, am I paying you guys to be here? That's a question. You could say it. No. Sharissa's like, wait, I could get paid. Are you guys are you paying these two women to be here? The short answer is
no, we're not
no.
being paid.
Yes, but sometimes yeah, I can be just like, oh my gosh, no. Anyway, does
We're
do
volunteering.
people have an Insta? Before we continue, that would be good. Do you guys want to shout out any kind of Instagrams or any kind of place where they can find you on social?
Teresa?
It's okay if you don't want to. It's fine. Man, I just feel like we're just talking to a bunch of just like very quarantine guys right now. But anyway, it's up to you. By the way,
It's cool. Make your friend. Make
You can
your
make
friend.
new
Maybe in the
friend.
future. Not
all
right
right,
now.
not right now. If you do, this will be up.
Going forward.
This will be up on Monday.
We'll
You
put
can see
it.
the social medias there.
We'll put it.
Yeah, we'll put it.
The last
Yeah,
last minute.
yeah,
Video.
we'll put it at the end of the video if you do
Go
want the
through it.
social medias. How's that? So you have to stay until after the video. How's that? So, but stay until after the video. Again, if you want to ask questions, we got a lot of people talking today. A couple of shout outs from Facebook side. We have Krisha. Um, it says Krizia. I didn't get it wrong because you're my friend, and I'm saying hi. She's saying hi. Tita May says you're gorgeous too, KP. Lol. Um, Couple more, and then I swear we're gonna get started with the questions. But this is pretty fun. Yeah, man. Who are these two girls? Insta. He paid them to say no. No. I would pay them to say yes, but say yes on their own, so whatever. Anyway, but he
Yeah.
paid them to say no. You've been talking nonstop for literally 5 minutes. The girls have said like one word each. I'm just saying, like, hey, you're the ones putting comments. I'm just reading your comments.
If you guys know him long enough, this is his personality. So
Okay, to be honest, you're the cutest. Well, thank you so much, man. Um, and then bunch of expletives I'm not gonna read.
Obligato.
Uh, I am the cutest. That's GD True. Thank you so much. But I will let these girls talk now. But again, if you do have questions, put them in the comments. We will answer those questions. But what are we talking about today? I'm gonna hand that over to, I think it's, hold on, this way, Faye.
Oh,
Yeah, Faye. So what are we talking
this,
about today?
this is this is very serious. So our topic
Okay.
today is spiritual
Hey,
gifts.
spiritual gifts. Yeah, you got jumped into a Christian podcast, y'all. And yeah, and we're gonna be talking about
Exciting.
spiritual gifts. So we talking church today. So we talking church. But yeah, what about spiritual gifts? What do you know so far about your spiritual gifts? What is a spiritual gift?
What is it? What are spiritual gifts? So basically, spiritual gifts given by God, not something that came from us.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Okay.
Do you guys personally have like spiritual gifts? Like maybe we can like go deeper into it by actually talking about it.
I was thinking about what are spiritual gifts?
Like what are they? I just like okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I can be on like more personal level, like my spiritual gifts. I think I might have some gifts of discernment, which is basically like you can discern situations or people. Sometimes it's just like you can discern like a bad attitude, or on a more deeper spiritual level, sometimes you can discern like something's happening in the spirit, or you feel like God's talking to you. So that's a certain gift of discernment. Um, I know in like in the church, like specific ones are like speaking in tongues, which is like a spiritual, like talking like spiritually, um, like a certain kind of spiritual language. There's also just like
Do you have that?
I can speak in tongues. Yes, I'm not. Um,
can you
I
really?
can. I can. I mean, I don't want to necessarily demonstrate, but I guess it's like
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah, I've
yeah.
spoken in tongues. Yeah, like I can speak in tongues. I've done it during worship at certain points. We had a worship
Good.
night, and privately I spoke in tongues. But yeah, like I could speak in tongues. There's also like more practical
That's cool.
practical gifts. Like some people have gift of teaching, so like you could have that. Like you can teach
Yeah,
well.
Miles was actually talking about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then there's more practical stuff. What kind of gifts do you think you guys have, like in terms of that? And then don't think too spiritual. Just think of like what kind of like personality gifts that you think God has given you.
I felt like God was giving me the gift of leadership and exhortation.
Mm.
Exhortation I more lean to, but leadership is something new that I didn't know I could have. And thinking about more and more how much I've been involved with ministry and helping out with, our youth and other
Mm-hmm.
people, it seems like God's calling me there, but I don't know. I'm still not for sure.
Oh, and also asking their chatterbacks if they have spiritual gifts.
That's actually a really good question. So
If
if you guys have spiritual gifts, share it. Or if you just have like very practical gifts that you use for God and for sharing your faith. So that could be anything like maybe you have a gift in music or a gift in writing or a gift in teaching or a gift in making food. I don't know. That could be a gift as well too. How about you, Faye? What kind of gifts do you feel like you have?
I've told this to Sherissa and Oliver. I think I have the gift of faith.
Oh yeah, it's part of your
Gift of
name.
faith.
Fit.
Yeah,
Never mind. Whatever. No, that
Yeah.
was a bad
not
joke.
really, but
Not really. That's actually what my name means. So,
Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you mean by that? Like, that's a very broad way of saying like gift of faith. Like, what does that mean? Like in your interpretation of how you use it.
well, from the thing, ever since I was a kid, I feel like I've always been I've always been talking to God
Mm-hmm.
in a way. I remember when I was in Philippines and even through like the tough times, I would sleep always praying, like, always talking to God. I don't know, just asking for guidance
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. And even to I remember I remember I was left at church in Philippines,
Okay.
and I think I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I have a lot of cousins, and we were taking a small like an owner, like a jeep,
Yeah. Okay.
but like an owner, like that's what we call it in Philippines. And there were a lot of us, and I remember I left the jeep, went back and to like I don't know read or color a book or something, and when I went out again, my family left me, my relatives left me.
oh
What the
shit.
heck?
Yeah, so I was left at church. I remember that. And so I had, and mind you, our church was not close to our place. It was like, I don't know how many miles like I walked, but I remember walking through like it's not like a freeway, but like it's like a desert
Mm-hmm.
area. Like there is no houses, there's nothing. It's just like a road where cars go through. It's a big road, and literally like beside it is just like desert. And I remember walking through that, and I was like the whole time I was praying. I was praying, and there was actually like a truck that stopped by. Knowing myself, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna go in. I'm not gonna, even though like I'm walking. I'm this little kid, mind you. I was this little kid walking by myself in the road in the desert area. So of course, like people were like wondering why this girl like be walking by herself. So I was just walking the whole time by myself, and I was just praying, and I didn't want to take that chance of going into another truck, to a stranger's
Mm-hmm.
truck. So I walked by myself. I was praying the whole time, and then when I got home, my I broke down. I told my lolo, I was like, cause like, oh no, my tito actually he got mad at me. He was like, you already went out, like you haven't even coming home yet. Like he thought I was out the whole
Mm.
time. They didn't know
Wow.
that I was not with them. This is the time like when my mom was already here in the
Mm-hmm.
U.S. So like it was just like my brothers and I, and yeah, and my lola and my titos and titas were raising me, raising all of us. And so yeah, when I got home, I got scolded. I broke down right after. I was like, "You guys left me," and I cried so much.
I would have cried too.
Yeah, I cried so much, and then that's one of the things that I felt like I was being really
Mm-hmm.
faithful, and also being in a relationship that even though like I've grown up as a
Mm-hmm.
Christian my whole life. I think having faith to God that no matter what goes through our lives and still having that connection with God, He would still be guiding us. Because I basically was in a relationship, both girl and girl, even though I was serving the church, even though I was a full
Man,
Christian, as I would call as
we
myself
going we going
be.
here today. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. All
like
right.
I
Let
don't
me get
know,
comfortable. All
good.
right.
Yeah, so I was dating a
Mm-hmm.
girl. I was also singing at church. I was I was that girl who like also worship God, but also at the same time sinning
Mm.
in a way for me because I know I should know the truth. And I feel like going through that, I was with a girl for 2 years. Fears, fears, and knowing the truth. And I feel like God would never. I think God is really awesome because God never let go of me. Always still watching over me and guiding me even through the toughest times. So I think that really like tested my faith and everything that I've been through. So
Nice.
yeah.
Right. We're gonna.
Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing.
Thanks for sharing. Oh my gosh. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, and before I'm gonna have to go into a little small segue, but yeah, like the idea of like being gifted spiritual gifts can be like very specific, but sometimes they are like the way that you're describing like a lot of your spiritual gifts, like sometimes they're just like nice monetary gifts that God gives us in our journey. So like a spiritual gift could be like, God gifting you. I use the term spiritual gift very loosely in that regard, but basically like a spiritual gift could be just God redirecting your career path, or a spiritual gift could be like blessings that He has given to your family as you've grown up with them, stuff like that. But specific gifts of the Spirit we'll definitely continue to talk about, but we do have to like kind of remember that sometimes we're given certain gifts from God, um, to kind of produce like those things within our lives to get Him to get ourselves to places that God's trying to bring us to. A couple of things I did want to give a couple of shout outs. Um, Karen is watching. Roy is watching. Also, Kevin Provido says he says hi from the Philippines. Lies. I saw your comment, sir. So you're like hi from the Philippines back. Um, yeah, everyone's apparently watching from the Philippines. Also, want to give a shout out to Admiral He says hi from Norway, and
Cool.
Oh, cool.
so Admiral has an interesting question in terms of God's gifts. Um, God gifted you cancer. That's an interesting question. In fact, it's something I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit because I
Okay.
think you're saying, "Hey, what's up, Karen?" By the way, I'm saying what's up because you wrote what's up. My mom died of breast cancer. Um,
Mm.
that's a very intense subject, Admiral. I don't ever want to say
I'm
that
sorry.
God gifts you
Mm.
bad things necessarily, and I guess it's so easy as Christians to say it's like He only gives good things, um, and it's not easy. Like even what we're going through right now with the whole COVID, um, as Christians, we don't necessarily believe God's given it to us. There's a certain allowance to it. There's always the question, just like like if God's such a good God, why does He allow bad things? Um, there's no easy answer for it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because I feel like sometimes you'd say this, and I'm glad you're in the chat, by the way, dude, or dudette. I don't know. Usually I get this wrong. Usually I say it's a dude and it's a girl. I don't know. Let us know. So I address you properly. Give us your preferred pronoun. Is I think is what people ask now. Um, but it's okay for me. I'm not very religious. Okay, no, and that's fine. From our standpoint, and I'm just reading from what Admiral's saying. From our standpoint, there's certain. This is the short answer, and I know sometimes it doesn't feel like like the best answer, but there's certain things that God can kind of allow. Like um, I won't say too much from like our end, but we as a group we've had losses as well too. Like we've gone through those things,
Yeah.
and they're not easy.
Yeah.
They're like legit not easy. In
Mm.
fact, it's so I don't want to get too weird, but it's so interesting that you're in the chat right now, asking about this, because as a group we've suffered losses like that as well too of people close to us, and it's not that God necessarily did it, but sometimes God allows it. There's a story in the Bible where like God is like Jesus, like during His ministry on earth, is with His disciples, and he's just walking around, and then His disciples see this blind guy, and he was blind from birth, like he's always been blind. Um, just trying to comprehend your views. That's cool. This is our view, and we'll openly say it. We're not trying to even criticize your view, necessarily. But yeah, I mean, this is what our view is. So in the story, like his disciples basically go to this blind man, and he goes to They go to Jesus and was like, hey, so why is he blind? Is it because of stuff that his parents did, or is it stuff that he did? Like, why was he born blind? And then Jesus says a very interesting thing. He says, like, no one did anything wrong, but this man was born blind so that the glory of God can be revealed in him. Basically, he says, like, so he was born blind, so his blindness can point your way back to who God is. And as he said that, he spat on the ground. And I don't know if you've ever been to church, you might have heard a story like this, but he spat on the ground. He made mud out of the ground with his spit, put it on the guy's eyes, and he says, "Go to this pool, this place called Scent," and that's the name of the pool. That's the name of the river. And he washed his eyes, and he was healed. And all the religious leaders and everyone just like, "Well, why? Like, who did this to you? Who made you see?" And he basically is like, I don't know, like this guy just did it. And it's just like, well, then, like, this guy must be evil because, like, like, he can't do, like, how would we be able to do things? It's like, well, like, there's bad things that were happening to me, and then he did this good thing, and now I can see. So at least according to me, that guy must be good. And in our view together, and I'll let you guys talk as well too, because I think it's important that you share your views too, absolutely. But in the views that we kind of present as a group, it's just like, yeah, these things do happen in our world, but sometimes God can allow these bad things so that the good in people can be seen. Because it's hard to do good things unless bad things are happening. It's hard to, like, go, like, yeah, like going to, like, a soup kitchen, like, and helping out the poor. Someone had to be poor for you to help them out, so we can help them get out of that situation. And then vice versa. Sometimes we're in a bad situation. Someone had to be good to us. It's one of the reasons why we believe. So I'm gonna stop talking because I feel like you guys also might want to chime in and say stuff.
Go for
Answer
Sherissa?
the big thing. My brother.
Oh, can you get closer to the mic? Sorry. I just want to make sure that that Admiral hears it.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me
he
better?
can hear you better.
My brother has cancer type 3. He has experience with lactose intolerance. So I totally, like, I'm feeling for you, like, knowing or questioning, like, why a good God would, give my younger brother, like, someone who hasn't lived, like, 3 years, cancer. But I think the important thing to look at is not what, I guess, like, it's easy to put blame on something or someone, because that's, like, sometimes how we can justify it in our own head to make ourselves, like, feel better. But I feel like, I don't know, personally for me, uh, blaming it on God or blaming on whatever the reason might be, I feel like that didn't help me mentally, personally. So it's, it's tough, for sure.
Do you have any thoughts, Faye?
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I'm sorry for your loss. And I know it does happen for sure. And things happen to our family or loved ones. But no one's ever prepared for those things. Even Corona,
Mm-hmm.
you know, no one's ever prepared for this kind of thing. Um, I have this belief that no matter what happens, even a bad thing can happen to me. Ooh, even a bad thing happens to my family, that no matter what, I would still have trust in God, because good and the bad, I'm always gonna be thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I feel like, and I've heard also stories too that miracles do happen, to be honest. And I know that maybe it doesn't happen in that situation, but I know in your life it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
And as if you have accepted God, I'm not saying, but you get to know God, I think you cannot change your view of Him for sure. And yeah, just uh, I believe in my me like good or bad, because I went through so much crap already in my life. To be honest, I'm not saying that your life or your family's life is like not higher than what I've been through or anything, but we all go through stuff, and it just depends on how we like take it. And I don't, and even through those tough situations, I still see good things. I still see light out of it. If that makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like, I mean, the way, I mean, this is my family as well too, and I'm not gonna say just like, oh, I'm religious because of my family. I've made my own personal decision to follow Christ. That being said, like, a lot of what my family definitely believes, especially during these times, is like not living in constant fear that something's gonna happen, but living in kind of the faith that something's a good can happen even though bad things are happening. Um, this is a favorite verse of mine, Psalms 23. If you read the word, there's though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. And I had this conversation with my family recently, um, basically saying it's like God never promised that there won't be valleys and there won't be death, but He did promise that He'd walk us through it. And a lot of times, yeah, we want to serve someone that's just like like we don't want bad things to happen. We want to serve a God that all good things are happening. It's like, yeah, but what's really important sometimes
Um,
is that we have a comforter that's bringing us through the bad times, because no matter what, bad times are going to happen. And this is not to excuse God of anything necessarily, but it's to say that, you know, we have a God that's going to be with us, comforting us on the way through. And that's just our belief. And thank you for being so open to listening to it. Admiral says, I think Christians like to talk to themselves in the third person when talking about God, their goal, their perception, their views, how we ought to be. When in fact you get down to the nitty gritty world of things, everything is turned around. We're our own energy, and we decide how we wish to interact with that outwards. Um, and he says correction, religious people in general. Um, to a certain degree, I mean, like, I think there's a certain perception in some Christian, like you'll see it on like TV a lot, and it's so funny because like you'll see that, and then a lot of like Christians, like us Christians, we kind of cringe at it, that like we can do whatever we want because like like, oh, we follow God so we can do whatever we want. There was like this new like video of like this one lady going to church during these times of COVID, and then she gets interviewed and it's like, I'm covered in the blood of the lamb, I'm okay, I'm not gonna get the disease. I'm like, nah, you might get it. You actually might get it. I mean, it's the reason why we're talking about our quarantine and everything else. We're not like walking around trying to get this like, I can't get the disease, whatever. Like, I'm covered in the blood of the lamb. I do agree, and I think we all do agree. It's like it's just it's what we believe on the inside. It does dictate what we do on the outside. So that's what we believe. I like a way my sister actually said it when she started quarantining with us, her and her family. Is that we can't live in fear, but we do live in faith. Now it might seem like we live in faith so we can do whatever we want. It's like, no, not necessarily. When we live in faith, we live in the notion that God's going to bring us through, but we still have to make responsible efforts to not like to not live. Can I just be real? To not be stupid. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
be stupid. Like, if there's a coronavirus, you can't see it. Don't freaking like. You're just like licking
yeah.
everything in Target. I'm like, ah, I'm covered in the
Oh
blood. I'm like,
gosh.
nah, don't
Don't
do
Yeah.
do
that.
that.
Like,
Ew.
yeah, but it's living.
Actually,
Go ahead. Yeah,
sorry.
no, you're good.
Actually, Teresa, do you wanna like go? Do you want to say something about that? About like following the law? I feel like we talked
Real quick before you say that,
about it at
just
Sherissa.
want to do a couple more shout outs. I did have Brian Santos is watching, also Adrian. So they're both watching as well too. And Tita May says amen. Um, but yeah, yeah, what did you want to add in terms of kind of your views about like living in faith, but also living in like I don't want to say necessarily caution, but living smart.
Living smart, following the law.
Well, I think I think the faith portion is knowing that God will carry us through COVID and this crisis, because we know that this is permanent. We know that uh, through God that this will, soon pass, and we'll all be back to normal eventually. But I think one thing, like in the Bible, there's laws that are good, and it just shows that we should follow the laws that are here on earth as well, because
Mm-hmm.
they're there for our protection. They're there for us to not go over our boundaries, to not be like too in ourselves, like driving and drinking, like that kind of
Yeah.
thing, like speeding. So I feel like it's important to follow people that are in faith,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
they're ultimately for our safety. And
Mm-hmm.
just because we have faith that God will carry us through doesn't mean we do whatever we want. Because God gives us the free will to choose Him.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean like just because He forgives us for our sins that we just like sin all the time and expect, oh, God's gonna forgive us. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can still do it. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Before we continue with that, I want to say what Admiral said. Says, yeah. He has a question. Do you agree that every person has their own energy pool, and each decide on every action? We have a battery that lasts about 8 to 100 years now. I think it's basically talking about like current lifespan, like human lifespan. And I think the big question is, do you feel like we have our own energy pool and each decides on our own actions? Also, Tita May says, live to have faith with God and to be used by God. But let's go back to that question. What do you think? Do we? Let's go to the decide on every action. What do you feel like in terms of responsibilities of our actions as people of faith?
we should definitely be held accountable for our actions for sure. Because we could say we're Christians, but if we're not living out like what that other person said
Mm-hmm.
on Twitch, if we're not living out to what we're saying we are, then it doesn't make a difference. So we need to be doing what we say. So
Mm-hmm.
our actions are important.
For sure. And in a way, I feel like if we don't, to be honest, like I feel like if we don't follow the law, because we are not above the law, and God put this into place
Mm-hmm.
for for protection also. And and I feel like if we don't follow that, to be honest, like in a way, even though like we are saved, and to be honest, it even we die, it's actually it would be our fault because we didn't really follow society, follow the laws that was supposed to protect us. Um, I don't, in a way, I don't want to do anything that would not give glory to my God.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I said is to follow society because put those things in order for us,
Uh,
and that's
okay, go ahead.
being responsible.
Yeah, in terms of like responsible for and like decide on every action, I think so. Two things in terms of that. Definitely, I really agree that we have to decide on every action that we take. Um, and in terms of the energy pool, I think this is me like on a personality level. I think everyone has different kinds of energies. Um, so some people are a little bit
For
more
sure.
exuberant. Some people are a little bit more reserved and introverted. There is a certain energy pool. If you're talking about energy in terms of life, I think we all have our, I mean, just health wise, we have that type of energy, depending on how we treat ourselves biologically and medically. keeping ourselves healthy. We have that as well too. In terms of every action, and um, I do say this in terms of responsibility level. So number one, we are responsible for our actions. So if we do make mistakes, we're responsible for that, and we are not above the law. We do have to follow those laws. If we disagree with the law, we have a really great platform as citizens within this country, at least, that we can debate it and we can not necessarily fight against it, but we can say, well, we think this law is wrong, and we'd like to go in and debate it to see if we need to change it. So we live in a very fortunate country, a good country that as well too, that can sometimes be great and sometimes could be better. I'll say it that way. And before I mean, I'm just being real. Before I continue with my answer, I do also want to shout out a couple more people. Gire from the SF area from up north. He's in the chat right now on Facebook. Also Mena, I see you both. Thanks for coming in. Um, and yeah, just to go with that question in terms of like responsibilities. Yes, we're responsible for it. It's one of the reasons why we are people of faith, because as people of faith, we have we have a, and I don't want to get too deep, but I will say we have a comforter, which we call the Holy Spirit, which you might have heard of before, a Holy Ghost, that helps us make the right decisions. It's not to say that like we don't give him responsibility for our decisions, but because of our faith, we believe that we have someone that helps us make better decisions. Because sometimes even though we're responsible for our decisions, sometimes we're not always good at making good decisions. Not all the time. I know for me, I'm glad I have the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit within me, help me say, hey, maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to do something else. And that's a very dumbed down version of the whole doctrine of like like the Holy Spirit in Christianity. But that's basically what our view is right now. Going into a little bit more, Admiral does say in the 1200s or 1200th century in Norway, they had the option to either go Christian or be beheaded. So Norsemen just said they were Christians. Um, it's like Native Americans; they kind of drew the shortest straw in the 200 years. Also, Watchful Wish just gave two question marks. I think Watchful Wish, hey, welcome. You're in a Q&A basically with us. So if you're watching, you can ask any question that you want. We will answer. We're going a little bit more on very kind of faith-based talk right now, but you can ask whatever question that you want. People asked what we were eating, and we answered that. But we are talking about a little bit more, somewhat of a serious talk. Feel free to ask any questions. In terms of that, yeah, so I think Admiral's kind of asking, like, people got the short end of the stick in terms of, like, yeah, in terms of other. I mean, I'm not even gonna say that Christianity's always been the best example. I'm just gonna. I mean, I know it's.
It's because, you know, people on Earth aren't perfect. So,
Mhm.
and like sometimes things that seem like they even seem to us terrible, but
Mm-hmm.
the people don't dictate our faith.
Yeah.
The faith is alone. So sometimes you just need to remember that uh, those people who are doing those things, it's apart from us.
Yeah, it could be very just like misleading. I think sometimes it's just like, yeah, some people, um, brutal endeavor and crusade. Yeah. Christening of the world is the most brutal endeavor slash crusade. Admiral, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I mean, we are all basically from a country that was brutalized into the faith, yet all three of us still share that faith. Also, Marines Ding. It's a weird name, but Marines Ding Dong says hello, hi. And then
Hi.
also Watchful Wish after the question marks. He said, "Who are these beautiful women?" Um, they're my friends. We're friends. We're all friends. My name is. Well, I'm going to reintroduce since you're coming in. My name is KP. There.
Sherissa.
I lost
Oh
it.
no. Anyway, but yeah, thanks for coming in. Watchful Wish. Also, once again, shout outs to Marine Zing Dong. Um, Can the other two females see the chat? I mean, they technically can, but because of bandwidth issues, I'm just reading it to them. So,
We can't see it. We hear
yeah.
it.
So they hear it from me. So if you write something down, I'm going to read it to them. Um, be that as it may. That being said, I mean, ask us any questions. Want to give a shout out to JBA Sav or JB Sav 20 for the follow. Thank you so much, and also thank you for the follow, Admiral. Thanks for the questions too, Admiral. We really appreciate it. I mean, as people of faith, we like talking about it. This is part of our lives. It's not just like like um,
And for also being honest on a platform that's public.
Yeah.
That's great.
yeah. So it's like, I mean, like, it's brave to ask, and you're welcome to your, and we have our criticisms too.
It's also not easy to answer, to be honest. But
That's
yes.
true. JB Steph, thanks for the hosts. Can I ask? Oh, okay. So it looks like we were transitioning. Before I do that, let me do a little kind of adage. Thank you so much once again for watching. Delator Eros is in the chat right now on Facebook. Thanks for watching, Eros, and everyone else on Facebook. Also on Twitch, we are doing this live. This is the Q&A podcast. We are approaching towards the end of the podcast. JB Sav says, "What's up?" Once again, thank you for the host. If you do have any other questions, definitely going to be reading the questions. We will be answering them. Once again, just a Q&A podcast. So can I ask them on their opinions of my pickup lines? Yes, you can. I will be reading them. In fact, I will do you this favor, Marine. I will be reading it as if you're giving the pickup lines to them. So it's going to get really creepy from my end. But go ahead
Oh,
and
gosh.
send me those pickup lines.
Okay.
I will read them.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
One more time with Admiral though. I usually never touch religion. It only creates opposition. I'll tell you what right now. So we are Admiral. We're in San Gabriel Valley. I don't know if you're near here. We do have a weekly Bible study that we're super open to questions, especially questions that you have. So if you wanna direct message me, I can give you the details. They meet every Friday night on Zoom. If you wanna come, just come. And like we don't haze anyone. We're just like, wherever part of the faith you're from, just come in. We don't really, like we'll talk, man. Like we're not here to we're not here to colonize you, dude. We came from a colonized area, so we know what it's like. We're not here. We're just here to share our love, our faith in Christ and in God. And if you want to hear more about it, you're more than welcome. If you don't, that's great too. Keep looking at our podcast and just keep watching me when I do video games and stuff as well too. Really appreciate that. Here we go, Marines. So hey girl, I'm not a photographer, but I can picture you and me together. Freaking Marine, I love it.
That's a good one. That was a good
Oh
one.
my gosh, Marine. Hey. All right, here's the next one from Watchful Wish. Watchful Wish says, "Hey, if Corona doesn't take you out, can I?" Oh man. Hey, JB Sav. Oh, the Marine's called JB Sav. He's like, hey, that's an old school one. Wait, should do they? Oh, why? Why do they call it apartments if they're together? I don't get that one.
I get it. Because apartments supposed to be like all close up.
That's not a pickup line though. What do they call them apartments if they're together?
Let's see.
I mean, did you say that's just from JB Sav? Why do you call apartments if they're together? I wouldn't be able to go out to the movies because they don't let snacks in. I think because you just snack. I think it's because you just snack. Oh, okay. Hey, that's a good one. Hey, hold on. I need to do that better. Hey,
Maybe
hey, girl. I'm sorry, I can't take you to the movies because they don't let snacks in.
Okay.
Oh, you laugh. Ooh. You're just like, Anyway, that's it for now. If you guys got any more pickup lines, so apparently last 10 minutes of this podcast is just like me reading your guys' pickup lines. What's your favorite pickup line? You guys have any favorite pickup lines? I have mine.
Well, I should brush up on my pickup line.
I don't have it's not my favorite, but I know this one.
Okay.
Only science people.
Okay, let's hear it.
That's it.
I need to pull it up from. Hold on.
Okay, here's
I need to remember it
okay.
correctly because if I don't,
So here's mine. Mine's oldie but goodie. Is hey, like, um, if I could redo the alphabet, I put you and I together.
uh,
Anyway,
if you're a science person, I think you'll get this one.
okay,
But
science one.
if I was an enzyme, I'd be helicase, so I can unzip your
Oh my
This is my
god!
favorite. I just said I knew.
Oh man, that's so
There's a big
good.
impact.
All right, another one from Marine. Another one from Marine. If you were a word on a paper, you'd be a fine print.
Mm.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Also, once again from Marine. Marine says someone called God because an angel's missing. Oh, okay,
Oh
okay,
wow, this guy.
okay, okay. Also, a weird one from Restream. Restream said, "Hey, I received 100 messages today. Thanks, guys. We actually do have a lot of a lot of stuff. Hey, Eros, you haven't missed it. We still have a little bit more on the podcast. Send us your favorite pickup line, Eros, if you have one. Or you can send us an entire poem. I'll do it. um, um, I think my pickup line would impress you guys. Okay, let's hear them, man. Some of these are really good already, Marine. JB Sav, I'm not a fortune teller, um, but I can see you as my future wife. That's fine, man. This guy, JB Sav, look. Two things. Number one, I feel like you're reaching, but number two, I like it. Keep doing it though. Like sometimes, hey, girls like that. Girls like it when you reach, man. Sometimes they just, sometimes when I don't know fully if I might be
It's
speaking
funny.
out of turn, but like sometimes they like it when you reach, man. Even when it comes out corny, they're just like, hey, sometimes they like it. Um, man, Marines, once again, here we go. I'd never be able to play hide and seek with you because a person like you would be impossible to find.
Oh
Oh, that's
boy.
Oh man, no, it's
I feel like people do pickup lines when they're already dating someone. Like they tell that to the person they're already dating. Like
mm,
Oh.
and they'll use it when they're
Even
trying to
worse.
look for someone.
I mean, I don't know. Like, that's a pretty good line, though. Back to
Yeah.
JB Sav. It's too late for me to research. I'm too lazy. It's all good. Keep just making them up, man. From the heart, dude. From the heart. Uh, Watchful Wish says, looks like they like it. Yeah, they do. Keep them coming. We got a few more minutes. Um, oh man. Okay. So from Eros. Eros says, hey, are you made of copper and beryllium because you cute.
I see
CUT.
it.
Yeah, okay,
Got it.
because you
Got it.
cute.
Got it.
Nice. Okay. Marines, once again, you will need to come to my wedding because it wouldn't be. Um, what the heck? You you will need to come to my wedding because it wouldn't be able to go on without a bridesmaid. I don't get it. Are you the bridesmaid?
I don't get it either.
Isn't she supposed to be the bride? But whatever. Okay, that's cool. Like, yeah. All right.
Hey,
Um,
we ended there.
I love the nerd ones are kind of getting me. The whole like copper and beryllium because you're cute. That's funny. Keep them coming. We have a couple more minutes. Once again, if you also have a question, we have just a few more minutes for this podcast. If you have a question, we will answer the question, no matter what the question is. But any questions you want to continue on with the chat, we'll go and throw them out there. This is once again the Q&A podcast. And we have a few people. I just want to give a shout outs real quick to Twitch. Everyone who's watching on Twitch and everyone who's subscribed today. Shout outs to all of you guys. And then shout outs to everyone following on Facebook as well too. Thanks you guys for watching. Here comes JB Sav once again. If we were a burger, I would be the meat and you would be the buns. Yeah. Okay. Um,
Okay.
I think okay. I mean, I'm not necessarily editing it, but I would say if you were a bird like um man, I don't know how you do that. If we were a burger, I'll bring the meat and you bring the buns. I don't know, it sounds more creepy now.
It's not a weird part, but it's okay.
But it's all good. I like it. I like the gusto. I like the burger part. I like the burger part. Have I ever told you guys my philosophy on burgers?
No.
Oh yeah, burgers and diamonds. Let me read a couple more. Marines is a he. People catching corona, but the only thing I'm catching is feelings for you. Hey.
I'm so dead.
Uh, Admiral Oom says I think we need to rimvert that from the books. I don't know what word that was supposed to be. I don't know. Convert that. Ri- invert that, something like that. But Admiral, I see you. Um, I like the Corona ones are pretty good. Um, it's like, hey, can you be my Corona and I catch you later? Anyway, sorry, whatever. No, that's just me. Sorry. Uh, nothing really. Nothing. Nothing. That was mine. Oh, whatever. Anyway. Um, I heard you were good at algebra. Can you replace my ex without asking why? Oh, I get it. You got it? Did you get it? It took me a little bit, but I got it.
Yeah.
Can you replace my ex without asking why? Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
Oh man. You know the people say that the tooth fairy takes my teeth. Well, I feel like you took my soul. I don't know. That's one that you can like roll up to the club with a little bit. I see you, JB. I see
My
you, JB.
question is, do they actually use these pickup lines?
Well, apparently, Marines says these are his best ones. So, not
So
sure.
he does use.
So he's asking now, Marines, which one do you like the most? He's research school purposes only. So, which one did you like the most?
I like the Corona one.
That, I think,
Which one? You want me to read them all again?
no,
No,
send
no,
it
no.
on our chat so you can see it.
On the what?
On
On
our
the
chat.
chat.
On
Copy.
oh, like crop them all?
Okay,
I
that's
don't know
too
if I can get all of them. That's a lot.
Okay, probably not that.
It is a lot. It's definitely a lot, and they're all on Twitch.
I like.
Oh, Francis. Hey, Francis says, "What's up?" Hey, what's up, Francis? He was our guest host last week. And thank you for being in the chat today, Francis, Kuya TJ. You'll definitely see a lot more of him as well too. I do a lot of other podcasts as well. Him, and then I do another. Oh, I'm gonna shout out another podcast. I did another podcast with Sammy Cinema. That's up on my YouTube channel if you want to watch that as well too. Just look up Nerd Dirt, NERDDIRT, all one word, Nerd Dirt from my channel, or not my channel, but our channel, Three Sweet Productions. It's a channel that I help produce. Watch Nerd Dirt. It's a really great thing. If you like this personality, I talk to more pretty girls. That's all I do. But that's all. That's all my podcast stuff is. I just talk to pretty girls. I guess. Anyway, where are you from? Admiral is asking. Where are you guys from? I'm from Covina.
Scrolling height.
Roland Heights and
Hacienda.
Hacienda Heights.
Cali.
So yeah, we're all basically from the SGV. Um, which one was your favorite? Just the ones that you remember.
The Corona
The
one.
Corona one, okay.
Good.
What
Yeah, relatable.
what about you, Sherissa?
Something about
Um, the one that I didn't get his name. The one arrows.
Oh, the one Arrows with?
The one about the copper.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, hold on. Francis gave one too. It says, "Girl, if you were a booger, I'd pick you first." Oh, and Tita May says, "Can you share your own word? Why do you think God allowed bad things to happen?" We kind of did already. I don't want to necessarily be repetitive, but this is going to be on YouTube. By Monday, you'll see a post on my social medias, our social medias. So we'll share the link to this entire podcast if you want to hear our opinions about why God allows bad things to happen. Um, I'm not. So a couple more things. People say this is from JB Sav. People say that beautiful sunsets are a sign. I believe it's a sign that you and me will once again be together. Admiral says, I'm not a Marine, but I service in the United Nations as a soldier in the Middle East, trying to preserve peace, not create it. Thank you for your service, Admiral. It's real dope. We actually have friends in the armed forces as well too. really great friends that sacrifice a lot. So definitely shout outs to you, man. Marines says, "Are you Wi-Fi?" Because I'm feeling a connection. That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. JB Sav agrees. Um, the photographer one was good. I think it's just the Corona was just so poignant right now. Not necessarily
Mm.
making it better, just making it more memorable. Um, that one too. The photographer one was good. Are you guys from Canada? We are not from Canada. Oh, I'm not. Did you guys ever came from Canada? And I am native born U.S., so I didn't come from the Philippines. So I was born in Hollywood. You guys?
I was born in
Born,
Glendale.
And where are you?
born in
Born
Philippines.
in Philippines. There you go. That looks like it's starting to wrap up a couple more things. Um, let me see, Francis. What do you know? You like it? Um, Paul, tell him how I would propose. This is from Francis. Yeah, he can't be an admiral and a marine at the same time. No, it's two people. Francis. There's Admiral and then there's Marines Ding Dong. Made from Philippine parts from Francis as well. Also, I think the way. Let me remember if I remember how you propose. So what he said is like he's gonna bring his girl up to like a mountain, but then he'll only bring her like part way up. And then he was gonna go to her and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, but this is as far as I go." Then he was gonna kneel down on one knee, open the ring, and says, "But can you take me higher?" That's good. It's so good. That's so good. That's so good. Yeah, we're all taking it. No, but you told me to tell him. Like, well, if I did it wrong, I'm sorry. If I did it wrong, I'm sorry. You said no, you're killing it, but they liked it.
I
Doesn't mean it killed him because it killed. They loved it anyway.
We felt it.
Oh man. Anyway, okay, okay, Francis. Well, the next time, like, we'll have like this whole thing once you're on the podcast again. Next time, shout outs to you once again, and then shout outs to everyone. You killed it. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But everyone else on Twitch, on Facebook, we are still gonna be live for a little bit more, but we are ending the podcast here. We'll still be live if you have any more questions. Um, One more question, JB Sef. Do you have TikTok? We don't have TikTok. Oh, it was on top of the mountain. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. It was on top of the mountain, and this is hard. You guys get
I'm not
it.
trying to get on
You
that
guys.
TikTok train. No.
I might get a TikTok, and then I can't read that. That's not in a language I can read, dude. That looks. I have no idea what language is that. I'm not gonna guess what language that is because I'm gonna get it wrong. From JP Sav. Anyway, thank you guys once again for watching. Again, we'll still be here for questions, but we are ending the podcast here. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to continue to talk, we're gonna have kind of little after party podcast as well too, and we'll continue to talk for however long you guys want to talk to us and however long you guys have to talk. But thanks so much. Take care. God bless. My name is KP.
Faye.
And you've been
Sherissa?
watching the Q&A podcast. Don't forget to like, follow on Twitch, also on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on the and we promised at the very end. What are your Instagram handles if you still want to share them?
Oh yeah. Sure, am I?
So mine is.
Faye.
Oh, you want to write yours? That's fine. I'm just gonna say mine is Kuya Paul Poetry. It's just like my Twitch, Kuya Paul Games, except it's poetry at the end because I'm a spoken word artist and poet. Sherissa, if you want to, whatever.
Mine is at Sherissa, like Sure, and then Rissa, 3 A's.
With three A's. Sure, like oh yeah, sure, that kind of sure. And then Issa with two S's and three A's. Rissa
and then 3 A's.
with three A's. Nice. Okay, and then yours,
Rissa.
Faye.
Mine is Faye, FAYEE_07.
There you go. As promised, guys. But I think all the 12-year-old um, lonely boys are gone. It's all good. But okay. Couple more things before we end. I thought my snack was a good one. It's upside down. Oh, it's upside down. That's why I couldn't read it. If you can read this, then it was always meant to be. Oh, we're gonna end it there. Thanks.
You guys are meant to be.
Oh, you're all meant. Oh, that's so sweet. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.